think we are starting. We are starting, and I would like to share this. Oh, I'm here. Okay. Let me share it in my group. Okay. Now it should be all right. So, hello. I'm Magdalena Vary, your transformational women coach. I help you remove the mask of other people expectation and have the confidence to live a life that is authentically you. And today I would like to talk about fears. Well, why this topic resonates with me and why I believe this topic is worth mentioning and worth talking about. Mm, I think fears are with us. Uh, they are always with us and they are with us regardless of the level at which we currently are. And of course, when we develop, when we change, when we transform, um, these fears that appear are of different size. We are learning on the way techniques, how to manage them, how to deal with them. But I think that they are always with us. And mm, they are like a shadow part, but I believe that we can also learn about ourselves facing our fears, because if we cross some borders, if we learn how to deal with them, we are definitely growing, yes, and we are definitely expanding. We are expanding our consciousness. We are expanding as human beings. So today I want to share with you some fears, which, in my opinion, are really the most common ones, at least as I said. This is my subjective opinion. So yeah, I'm open for your comments. If you have something to add, or maybe you have some different experience, please comment, and I'll be happy to read about it. So, first, what does it mean, fear? And this is very interesting because the fear is the acronym, yes, and I wonder if you know what it means. It means false evidence appear real. And this is a very positive thing because it means that fear is an illusion. Wow. I don't know, truth to tell, when I first in my life came across this acronym, but when I came across it, I was really like shocked. Yeah, I was shocked, but of course, in this positive sense, really, I was surprised. Maybe I should have said because I was like, wow. In fact, the fear is only an illusion, an illusion in our brain, an illusion of our ego. But of course, as we know, our ego and our brain is a trickster. Yes, of course we need it. Yeah, and of course it is helpful in many situations. But when we want to create something new, when we are entering the unknown, actually the ego is something that will keep you safe, and this is something that will keep you small, and this is something which actually will be holding you back and will be just stopping you from overcoming some blockages, from growing, from developing, etc., etc. So okay, now I want to tell you what are these fears that in my opinion are the most common. First is the fear of being judged. Well, this one is powerful, yeah, because I think that we all, to some extent, we all have it like we want to be liked, we want to be accepted, we want to, belong, we want to have some like-minded people, we want to have our tribe, or at least some friends with whom we resonate, yes. And of course, when we say bluntly what we think, what we believe, what our values are, we are exposed to judgment. Of course, we are exposed to judgment. Sorry, my window is open and there's some ambulance here, so you might hear some noise coming. We are exposed to judgment, regrettably, and somewhere inside we are afraid of this judgment. Yeah, we are afraid that people will reject us. We are afraid that people will not accept our ideas. Yeah, that people will not understand what our point of view is. But uh, when we don't show ourselves in our fullness, so to say, what is the effect? What is the result? Of course, this negative result for us. First of all, we keep ourselves small or we keep procrastinating. So you are actually not taking action. You are not taking action because you already have these movies in your head. What may happen, what may not happen. Of course, these movies in our head is one story, and then the reality is the different story. But when you have this tendency to overanalyze things, I believe that sometimes we already make these movies in our head, these negative ones, with negative self-talk, and that prevents us from taking any action. Also, I think the danger here is that when you show yourself authentically, authenticity is my main issue that I really emphasize, that it is a no-brainer, it's non-negotiable to live in the authentic way. But in this world, we sometimes want to be seen or perceived as better, different, and we pretend something. But when you don't show yourself fully energetically, mm, also the people cannot connect with you, cannot actually find you. And it doesn't matter if we are talking about like-minded people, or if we are talking about ideal clients, or if we are talking about just your tribe. But these people don't feel you here in the heart on this level, because of course the words is only some part of what we present. Yeah, uh, something much stronger, something much bigger. It's our energetical vibration, yes, and we are energetically intelligent creatures, yes. So, uh, you know, what do I mean by that? Sometimes, you enter the room, there is a lot of people, and you start talking. You don't know these people, and well, with one person, it just clicks. You have a very good connection. You feel like, oh my gosh, I talked with this person as we have known for many many years, and with this other person, even it's not about words, it's not even about the topic, but you kind of feel we don't have this connection, yes. So when you present yourself truly, you can attract really like-minded people, yes. But so this first point was connection or connected with the fear of being judged. uh, the next fear, it's the fear of expectations. Well, and this is also a huge one, a huge one. I believe expectations is the source of disappointment, and I believe expectation is the killer of manifestation. And yeah, I believe expectations are not good. However, we all, in some aspects of our life, we do have expectations. And maybe you can remind yourself a situation when you are starting a relationship with somebody new. Yeah, and or your marriage. Yeah, and you are thinking, wow, it's gonna be something amazing. Yeah, or you are starting even a new job, or you are going on holiday. Yes, and you are thinking, well, this holiday is gonna blow my mind. But then you are coming after 2 weeks and you are kind of, okay, it was somehow, but it wasn't actually nothing special, yes. So what kind of expectations can we have? Well, I thought, in my opinion, there are some categories, yeah. One is like the expectation that the other people place on us. And this is all these, I mean, society obligations, family obligation, all these rules and principles, all these shoulds and should nots, yeah. And I think we women generally, as women, we are exposed to more expectations. I mean, social expectations than men are. Yeah, at a certain age, you should have a family. You should be a mother. People, connect us to the certain roles that maybe we don't want to be connected with. Yes. So this expectation that other people put on us, and what can happen if you are afraid, if you have this fear, well, sometimes the effect can be, when you follow this, the effect can be really detrimental in the long run. Because, for example, well, I'm thinking about some example. Okay, your family, you may be dating some man, yes, and well, he's okay, but he's like, your heart is not pounding faster, yeah, when you meet him. But your family is saying, well, you're after 30, or maybe this is the last best candidate, and everybody in the family likes him. So, and you think, okay, I want to have my peace and quiet, and he's really a good man, so I'm gonna marry this person. And some of my clients actually had this experience. They are after divorce already, as we are like around 40. But this exactly is what may happen. You are listening not to your heart, you listen to some other people. You want to meet somebody's expectation, and for some reasons, yeah, I don't want to go to detail whether this is financial reason, whether you want peace and quiet, whether you are just thinking this is a good man, yes, and maybe we are going to work out on it, and somehow we work on it, on our relationship, and somehow it's gonna just be okay. But usually after some years, you have the impression that it was just a mistake, yeah. And of course, our life, it's all the time the process of constant creation. But maybe if you have listened to your heart, you wouldn't have married this man, yes? The similar story can be when you are going to studies, and your parents say that, well, we are the family of doctors, this typical, yeah, we are a family of lawyers, or you should be economist, you should be a manager, you should have a proper serious job. You shouldn't be an actress, for example, because it's not proper, or whatever are these labels, yeah, this social labels. So this is one kind of expectation, that these are the expectations, as I said, the other people impose on you. And sometimes they impose this expectation in a very cunning way, in a very tricky way, because they say that, yeah, I want to really take care about you, we want the best for you. But in fact, please remember, the only person who knows what is really best for you, it's you. End of the story. The other sort of kind of expectations is the expectations that you put on yourself. Well, and this is especially case with perfectionists, because they set really the bar really high. And the issue here is like that if you have this fear mm, of not meeting your own expectations, you are going to be all the time on the move. You are going to be all the time trying very hard. You are going to all the time, hustling and struggling. But on the other hand, you will be always, the moment you achieve some goal, immediately you are going to put another, and these expectations will be like a never ending story. Also, if you have a big expectations, if you have big expectations, and if you are kind of perfectionist, in the long run, and at the end of the day, you are quite often not satisfied with yourself. Yes, you will always find this small detail and that you don't like about yourself, that you think you didn't do good enough, and you always are picking on yourself, which of course is not very good for your self-esteem and for your confidence, etc., etc. So this was fear of expectations. Mm, the next two fears is a couple. This is a very interesting couple, I think, because this is a fear of failure and fear of success. And the first, fear of failure. Yeah, mm, superficially or apparently, nobody wants to fail. But what happens if the fear of failure is very strong? Yes, in your way of thinking. Yes, um, the effect is that you keep doing something, but you never focus actually on the result. Because, if somebody asks you, for example, you are, I don't know, building your company, or you are in some other process which is quite important for you, so you can always say, I'm doing it. I'm in the process of doing it. Yes, because when you finish, and when you go with this product, service, whatever, to the world, and so the world may say, no, we don't want it. We don't need it. We don't need your services. We don't need your products. We don't need you here. So sometimes we cover behind the wall, behind the scene, so to say, yeah, and we are never ready. I could compare this maybe to the theater, yes, because before the performance, yeah, there is a lot of rehearsals, yeah, there is, and everything is behind the curtain. So I think that when you have this fear of failure, sometimes you prefer to stay behind the curtain. You never actually want to go on the stage and perform because you are afraid that if you go, your audience may not like it, your audience may just not accept you. So I think that this metaphor can kind of resonate with you. And the second fear, then the next fear from this couple, as I said, this is the fear of success. And for me, it's very interesting actually, because, well, a lot of people want success. A lot of people want this scream. Of course, maybe the definition of success is different for different people, and it's a subjective concept for each person. But usually, we want this money or this glamour or this fame or whatever, yeah, whatever it means for you. Uh, but what people don't want, they don't want this all work which is behind the scene, behind this curtain. Yes, again, I will use this metaphor of the theater, because sometimes we see, let's say, successful people, and we are jealous of their lifestyle. We are jealous of the things that they have or possibilities that are open for them, but we don't see all these tiny steps every day that these people have taken in order to be in this place in which they are now. So I think when you think about success, um, success on one side is all these glam or these beautiful things, yeah, all these cream, but on the other hand, this is consequence, this is determination, this is every day, I don't know, training, doing some work, showing up, whatever the business, whatever the issue, whatever the success means to you. So when we think about this, when we think about success, and when we have some fear connected with this, I think we must We cannot eat the cake and still have the cake. So we must think about success as a whole, yes? So when you want one thing, it is connected with the second. And when I think about actors, yeah, mm, many actors who are somewhere starting, they of course want to be famous, yeah. They want to be recognized. They want to, have this all glamorous life. But then when they are really famous, they keep complaining that they all the time have to wear the sunglasses, that paparazzis are following them all the time, that they cannot go to the nearest shop and just to the groceries and buy some vegetables without being seen, without being recognized. Yeah. So then they would like to have their privacy back. But of course, one is connected with the other. When you are famous, yeah, I don't know if success means this for you, but of course, the shadow side, you are a public person, you are easily recognized. Yeah. And the last fear that I want to talk today with you is the fear of being yourself. And I think this fear is connected with the first one that I mentioned. Yeah, the fear of being judged, or being criticized, or being rejected. Um, we want to show ourselves in a different way sometimes. We want to show ourselves in a better way. And now in the social media, we have so many possibilities. Yeah, this, pristine pictures on Instagram, everybody going on gorgeous holiday, eating amazing food and having amazing, oh, 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 oh. Am I here? Oh.